Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video where today I am going to be installing Android Auto from BimmerTech on my BMW F10 535i. Let's get straight into this. That's right, Android Auto for my F10 535i because yes, I have a Samsung S22 Ultra, but the installation process which I will be showing you in this video is the exact same for Apple CarPlay. So if you have an iPhone, then the installation process will be the exact same as what I'm about to show you. So BimmerTech, what is BimmerTech? BimmerTech is today's sponsor. They have very kindly sent me their Android Auto MMI Pro unit for my F10 535i, and they have a bunch of other units and a bunch of other gadgets and gizmos and all of this technological stuff for your BMWs for a lot of other BMW models that go all the way down to 2008 and up. They work on 95% of all BMW models, and that's pretty cool because if you have like an E90 or something or a BMW from 2008 or around that era, you can still get Android Auto or Apple CarPlay on your car, which is pretty cool. And what's even cooler is that BimmerTech will use your VIN to tell you which unit you need exactly, which connection, what year you need, everything. It tells you exactly with your VIN code. So I gave BimmerTech my VIN number and they gave me this unit. I have not seen it yet. I have not opened it yet. I'm gonna open it with all y'all and I'm gonna install it with all y'all. But like I said, this installation for my Android Auto is the exact same as for Apple CarPlay. So if you have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, same installation process, and I'm super excited. And just so y'all know, just because BimmerTech is today's sponsor does not mean I'm going to be completely biased for or against them. I'm going to be completely neutral, and I'm going to give you guys my honest opinions and thoughts on this product because I'm pretty excited, and honestly, I think it'll be pretty positive for the most part. So I'm going to go ahead, open this up, show y'all what's inside, and start installing it on my F10 535i. And also, I'm not going to be claimed to be an expert on installing this because this is my first time, but BimmerTech does send you completely personalized instructions on how to install any unit that you buy for any car that you own. It's really cool, it's very in-depth, and I really appreciate the customer support that they have when you buy one of these. You get full 1-year warranty with this MMI Pro as standard, and yeah, they give you full instructions. There are videos on their YouTube channel. They give you PDF instructions for your car and your unit. Very nice of them, very cool. But if you guys want to snag your own Android Auto or Apple CarPlay for your F10 or whatever generation BMW you may have, and if you use code bt.19, you can get a free DIY essentials kit for every order that you place over $500. Click the link in the description to check out their website. And I should just say this just to clear any confusion that y'all may have. The MMI Pro is Android Auto and Apple CarPlay both in the same system. It's a 2-in-1, so there's no need to buy the Android Auto or buy the Apple CarPlay. It brings both of them in the same unit. It's very clever stuff. So like I said, I have not opened this yet, but let's get to opening. All right. Wow. Look at that. MMI Pro. BimmerTech right here. Very nice box, actually. I wasn't expecting such a nice presentation for some Android Auto. It's very nice, though. Ah, yes. And here we have BimmerTech's DIY Essentials. This is a little toolkit that BimmerTech can provide you for an extra cost if you want to have the tools that you need to install pretty much any of their products. You know what? I'm very excited to open that, but let's open up this first. Wow. Metal. Wow, I'm really surprised by their packaging right now, honestly. Like, this is really cool. I like this. Let's see what's inside. Wow. Was not expecting this. Look, you have all the necessary adapters that you need. A little ratchet. I've been needing a ratchet this small, actually. An adapter to lengthen it, a pick, and the adapter screwdriver. Very impressed, honestly. I was not expecting something like this. But now I think it's time to open up the MMI Pro and see what's inside this box. All right, open for instructions. Look at that, nice sticker. Y'all know I love stickers. Congratulations on your new BimmerTech purchase. To download your installation guide, go to your customer account at BimmerTech.net. This is pretty awesome. It even tells you how to access your personalized instructions manual on your account. MMI Pro. Here we go. This is it. This is the Android Auto MMI Pro. Check it out. Yeah, you got an HDMI. You have a bunch of adapters, and of course, the instructions will tell you what everything is and where to put it all. All right, let's see what else is in here. Ah, I love cables. Awesome cables. We got a bunch of them. We got our antenna here. We got some more cables and some more cables and a USB adapter. Awesome. There's a lot of stuff going on here, but we'll figure this all out and we'll have fun doing it. And we got a keychain. Look at that. Oh, that's a nice one. Thank you very much, BimmerTech. All right, so everything we need is right here. So let's get this installed and I'll show you guys how to install it and I'll show you all the features that this has because trust me, this thing has a lot of features that y'all want to stick around and definitely watch because this is a really impressive piece of kit right here. But yes, like I said, let's install it and I'll show y'all what this thing does. All right, so the first step as per the instructions is to go around to the trunk, open it up, and to disconnect the battery. So I'm gonna move this thing over there and I'm gonna move this, which is something very cool. I know a lot of y'all are gonna like. So stay tuned for that video. That's gonna be really fun. I'm gonna remove this. I'm gonna remove this. I'm going to use two 10mm to remove these two right here. All right, I've removed those two nuts. So now I'm going to go down here and using the same 10mm, I'm going to remove the negative terminal and put a little towel between that and the actual terminal, just so it doesn't like touch and, you know, regain power. And this is just so that we can work on the electrical components without having to worry about them shorting out or anything, without getting them ruined, you know? All right, I've disconnected the negative terminal, put it there on a towel so it won't touch again. And I've put this here so that it will not lock on me if the trunk for some reason closes, which it won't. It shouldn't. If I press that, it shouldn't close. Doesn't close. Okay, let's go back to the interior. All right, so I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. My camera stopped working halfway through removing this trim, but the trim is very easy to remove. You just get a little trim piece tool and you go over on the end over there, just put it underneath and start prying it all the way out. 3 connectors here. We got one for the start stop button, and then we have 2 for the AC controls. Very easy to remove. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove these 2 T20s and these 2 up here, T20s as well. So I guess that makes it 4. Removing those 4 T20s, and I'm gonna make myself a challenge here. I'm gonna see if I can complete this entire install of the Android Auto MMI Pro with using just the BimmerTech DIY Essentials. I think I can, but I'm not sure. Let's see if this is really all you need to install this piece of kit. And super quickly, on the topic of the DIY Essentials, these are very well made products. Like, these are very hefty, nice feeling tools, and they're very cool because you can actually add attachments to each other. I think that's pretty cool. All right, so I now have full access to this. What I'm gonna be doing now is I'm going to be removing this entire thing with just 4 of the same T20 bolts. Okay, so I have this CIC NBT out. It's really big and really heavy. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna remove this connector from the screen. I'm gonna be replacing it with this connector. I'm gonna be adding this 90-degree right here, and I'm gonna be adding this end to the MMI Pro where it says LCD out. I'm gonna plug that in right there so that we have screen connection. After that, or before that actually I should say, I'm gonna be unplugging all of these connectors in the back, and once this is out and all of these connectors are unplugged, we can start finally installing the MMI Pro and seeing where all these little fun connectors go. So I've just removed this quad lock piece right here, this little square bit. And for my car, I have to remove these 2 green cables, which are the fiber optic cables. So all I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be transferring these over to the new MMI Pro harness. It's very simple to get these out, and I kinda have to because there's fiber optic and I have to have them to make sure that the MMI Pro works, obviously. So to move these 2 fiber optic cables, just go ahead and remove any cable wrap around here. You'll still be using it though to wrap the OEM cables that you leave here, so don't ruin it. So these 2 greener ones are the ones that I need. So using the BimmerTech pick tool, or any pick tool that you might have, or very, very thin screwdriver, go ahead and go over to this side right here, pull this tab open, and then once you do that, there we go. Carefully pry this off and unroute it from all of this stuff over here. And now grab your cable wrap again and go ahead and wrap up the OEM harness. There we go. Awesome. Now we're gonna go ahead and grab our new MMI Pro harness, and we're gonna plug this into the exact same spot that it was before. So mine was over here on the left right here. So I'm gonna grab the MMI one and just plug it right into the same spot, making sure I hear that click. There we go. That's insecure. Now I'm gonna be plugging in the OEM harness to the MMI Pro harness. So let's go ahead and plug this in. Make sure this is open so that when you close it, you can lock it using this. And really, there we go, really get it in. Now this is plugged in, and of course now we plug in the new MMI Pro harness to our OEM box right here, same spot as before. It might be a little hard to route it in because there's a lot of cables in the way. All right, awesome, that is in. Now we get to plug everything in to the MMI Pro. So let's do this one by one. I'm gonna find a location for this because I don't think it'll fit on top of this where the usual one would go, because I have the NBT, the next big thing, and it's literally quite big. It's a really big thing. And I don't think this will actually fit with this on top of it. Whereas the CIC, I believe the newer infotainment system, it will fit because this is a lot smaller for the facelift. However, I have the pre-facelift and I have the next big thing, which is literally way too big. So I'm gonna find a place to put this, either probably in the glove box or somewhere between the glove box and this area right here. I'll figure it out. So everything is ready. Everything is ready to be put back in, and I'm going to be installing the Android Auto MMI Pro right here at the top of the glove box. There really is no other place to put this. It does not fit in here or anything, or any way I put it. It just does not really fit. So I'm going to be putting it in the glove box around there, and I'm going to attach it with some 3M to the top, just so that, you know, it's out of the way, and I still have easy access to it. Also, this brings a USB port, of course. When you plug it in and you have USB access, you need this for updates and everything. If you want to play media like an Amazon Fire Stick or Apple TV or Google Chromecast or something, you need this available. So make sure you put this somewhere relatively hidden if you want it and easily accessible. So I'm going to be routing this somewhere where I can easily access it. Alright, so it's finally time to wire everything up. I did actually manage to get it in here, and I'm gonna zip tie it and secure it. So here's what we're gonna do. NBT power goes to this bottom one right here. That one's already plugged in. Your antenna goes right here. Your USB functions and everything that I was telling you about goes right here. And your two LCDs right there. This one, the factory one, this one goes to the in, LCD in. And actually, I've just moved the location over to up here because I think that this is a better spot. This just fits a little bit nicer and neater right in here than it does down there. So I'm gonna be putting it up there with some double-sided tape and some zip ties. I'm gonna be connecting everything right now, and I'm gonna get back to y'all when it's done. All right, I have successfully put the MMI Pro right there, and I have strategically placed double-sided tape on both the top and bottom of it, so it is securely in place. You can't really see it, but you can kind of see it there. It's resting on top of the glove box with 3M on the side here, this brace with 3M. It's all 3M'd up, and it's all ready to go, and now I'm gonna finish plugging in all the connections and routing them in the desired locations. All right, I have everything successfully wired in. If I take this screen off and I put it up here, you can see we have the new connection right here. It goes all the way right around here, and everything in the box right there is successfully connected and plugged in, and the box is actually way more secure than I thought. Can't really see it very well, but it's there. It's right there, and I really like how secure it is. I have the USB port attachment right here coming out through the glove box. Same thing with the antenna. The antenna I'm going to put somewhere, I believe, on the top or the inside of this glove box right here. BimmerTech says that it doesn't have to be super close because the antenna itself is pretty good, but of course the closer the better, and you know, try to avoid any metal bars or bracings like this that might be getting in between the phone and the antenna. But besides that, all I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to put the screen back, I'm going to put everything back together, and then I'm going to connect the battery again, and then let's go ahead and test to see if this even works. So here we are. We have put everything back together. Everything is on nicely. I've put the dash back together. Of course, you guys saw me put everything back here, and everything is very nice and working. Everything is awesome. That's awesome. And regarding the install, I was actually able to complete the entire install process with just the DIY Essentials kit from BimmerTech. Literally every single tool I needed was in here, and I did the entire thing with just this and this one trim piece tool to remove the trim. Other than this, I did the entire thing with just these tools. So honestly, I actually think it's worth getting one of these. And of course, if you use my code, you'll get it for free on every order over $500. So go check it out. It is definitely something that'll help you out. And so now if we hold the menu button, you can see here that this is now the UI. As since this is the MMI Pro, it has a better, sleeker, newer designed interface than the MMI Prime. So you get a bit of an upgrade in that aspect if you go for the Pro as opposed to the Prime. If you go over to settings, which is the main thing that y'all are probably gonna do, go to connections, and then this is where you can pair your new device. This process is the same for both iPhone and Android. So if we go to pair new device, you can see how to pair a new device. It will actually show you how to pair a new device, and it'll tell you, make sure Wi-Fi is switched on your phone, go to Bluetooth settings, toggle your Bluetooth off, and then put it back on just to reset it and be able to pair correctly. In the MMI, press the start search button, your phone's name will appear on screen. So all you can do is you click here, start search. I'm not gonna do this because I've already done this to my phone and I'm connected to it right now, but I can't connect to it because I'm filming. So, you know, ignore that. But you would click start search, go to your phone, and then you connect to it through here. You would click on your phone would show up right around here. You'd click on it, pair it, and on your phone you would get a notification asking that this is trying to pair. You would accept it, of course, and allow for context messages, whatever you'd like, and then your phone is paired. It's a very simple process. And of course, if you're still confused, just click on how to pair a new device, and it will tell you exactly how to do it. It's very nice, it's built in, and of course you also have the instruction manual on your account. So we go back, and we can see the interface. And so you have everything here. You have settings, mirroring, input, Android Auto, and Apple CarPlay. Inputs, mirroring, and settings. We've been through the settings. There's a lot of stuff actually. You can see different connections and everything. You can pair new devices. You can check your paired devices. Let's go to audio. A bunch of settings for audio. You can change the volumes of pretty much everything. And a really cool bit, it has an equalizer. So you can completely customize the sound how you want it. Display, you can change pretty much all the adjustments of the display for the color and everything. Brightness, contrast, chromaticity, and saturation. And you can see if I go around and play with the brightness. It gets brighter and it gets darker here, of course, as you know, as it would do. We can go back. You can change it to right-hand drive. I'm not obviously right-hand drive, so I'm gonna leave that unchecked. Parking, you can change a bunch of settings for the cameras and everything, the rear view camera, the camera mode, the activation, the control distance and everything. It's very cool, actually. There's a lot of configuration that you can do with this MMI Pro, and of course you can change the actual system settings of the MMI. There's just a lot. I'm not gonna go too in-depth, but you can kind of see everything here. You can update it. If you go ahead and go to the USB port, you can plug in your USB with your updated files on it to go ahead and update that. Wi-Fi channel, you can change the Wi-Fi channel. And I've actually found that for my Samsung S22 Ultra, Wi-Fi channel 36 actually works a lot better. It's the most responsive and it's the fastest of the three that I've tried using. 6, 36, and 149. 36 for me personally just seems to work the best. And it's pretty responsive, honestly. I click the button and it goes back. It's a pretty responsive thing. Feels good and it looks really good and it fills up the entire screen. I'm not sure if I can change the background. That would be something I would look into because I don't dislike it, but I would see if I can change it. I think that would be pretty cool. But there's just a lot of settings that you can do. Mirroring, let's show y'all what me and my friend managed to do with mirroring real quick. My friend is playing Clash of Clans on my car. This is the coolest thing ever. I'm just chilling here and he's playing Clash of Clans on my car screen. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Honestly, this is awesome. Basically, this is just screen mirroring. So if he leaves the app, he can like go anywhere else and do anything else. We were just watching one of my videos on YouTube and you can do that because like it's just screen mirroring basically. It's like an Apple TV basically, and it's completely wireless. He's just using the Wi-Fi that the adapter, the MMI Pro brings. It's just so funny. This is amazing. Let's see what else this thing can do. So yeah, basically you can literally display anything you want with either iOS AirPlay or Android Auto Link, which is super cool. You can literally just take up the entire screen and play whatever you want, whatever your phone is playing. You can play Netflix, you can play Spotify, you can play anything. Literally what your phone is doing will be displayed here. Inputs, you can change all of your inputs between USB and HDMI. So if you have an HDMI, you can literally plug in an Xbox or like a PlayStation or something and just play on the screen. I haven't done that, but that seems really cool. That is one of the connections on the actual Android MMI Pro box, the HDMI port, which I showed you guys in the beginning. You can plug in something there and you can literally just use it on this screen. All right, so this is Android Auto. Right now I'm at home, but it says I'm at the Nürburgring. I'm not actually at the Nürburgring. I just changed my location for the sake of not giving away my address, but you can see this is Android Auto. It looks pretty much the same as any other car. You have your map right here and your music on your right as per the usual Android Auto layout. We can click right here or we can go to all of the apps. Now mine is going to be a little bit laggy just because I'm connected right now and I'm recording, which I didn't know I could do actually until I just found out. But yeah, I'm recording, so it's gonna be a little bit laggy, but bear with me. You can see I've changed my wallpaper. You have all of your apps right here. You have your messages, maps. I'm not gonna go over the in-depth details of this because this is Android Auto. I'll go into depth on that in the next video. You can go over here, you can customize it and everything, but basically this is the main thing, is that you have your Android Auto all right here on your BMW that could go back as far as 2008. You have everything right here ready for you to go. Wireless, by the way, it's completely wireless, so you don't need to plug in anything to your phone, iPhone or Android, to have wireless CarPlay. This is pretty awesome. We can go over here, we can go around and click on the different apps and then open up maps. It's really cool. It's very good definition. It definitely takes up the majority of the screen, and of course it also uses the same resolution as the screen, as it can't go higher than its hardware. And this is actually with the older NBT, so I have the not so HD display, but it looks pretty good to me, especially the map. I love having it on satellite mode. You can see everything. This is awesome. I am seriously pleased with this. Let's see what Apple CarPlay looks like. And here is Apple CarPlay. This is what it looks like. I'm blurring this because that's where I live and I can't fake my location on an iPhone, but this is Apple CarPlay. I bet a lot of y'all are familiar with it. It's nothing new, nothing crazy, but we can go over to our apps, and of course we have everything. We have all of the apps that you can have on Apple CarPlay. You can change your background, of course. You can exit and go to the MMI Pro system here. You can just click that and it'll take you back here. Let's go back to CarPlay. You can just click on CarPlay and it goes back, and it is very responsive. It is very fast, very smooth. You of course have all of the features of normal CarPlay. You'd have your music. You can go over to your music. You also have your entire library, your maps, your calendars and everything. You have a lot of stuff that of course is normal with CarPlay, but the main thing is now, like I said with the Android Auto, is that you have everything that you normally have on Apple CarPlay. Look at that, all the way end to end on your BMW. This is a 2013 BMW. Never came with CarPlay or Android Auto, but now it has both, and I am so happy with it. I'm gonna go in depth into all the features and everything that this Android Auto and Apple CarPlay MMI Pro from BimmerTech can do. It's a lot and it's very cool, and y'all should definitely stay tuned for that. It's gonna be a very nice video. But I guess for now this is it. Just the installation process and a few of the features, a little sneak peek, I guess, if you will, on the Android Auto and Apple CarPlay MMI Pro from BimmerTech. So thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next video, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. Take care.